Now that you are in a deep trance, we are going to give you a trigger, or reinforce it if you already have it. The trigger phrase is "I am a blue wolf." If you use this trigger phrase, or if someone that you trust says the trigger phrase "you are a blue wolf," you will undergo the transformation that you are about to experience again at whatever speed you want. Additionally, you will instantly turn back into a human if you use the reset phrase "I am not a blue wolf," or if someone that you trust says the reset phrase "you are not a blue wolf." Now the transformation will begin. First, feel a tingling sensation all over your body as a thick coat of soft and fluffy fur starts to grow, consuming any hair that you have as it does so. Most of your fur is jean blue, but the fur goes from being jean blue to black over your elbows and knees, resulting in your lower arms and legs being covered in black fur. Also, the fur on the front and bottom sides of your torso, the front half of your neck, your face below your mouth, and the space between the front half of the base of your neck and the front of your torso, is white. Additionally, the fur on your hands and feet is red. Then, your ears move to the top of your head as they become shaped like hollow cones that have been cut in half. Once this is done, you will be able to control which directions they face, being able to rotate them a total of 90 degrees, allowing them to face forwards, towards the side of your head that they are on, or anywhere in between. You will find that it seems like your hearing is much stronger in the directions that they are facing. In reality, your mind will just pay a lot more attention to sounds in the directions that they are facing, and less attention to sounds in the directions that they aren't facing, causing them to seem to be louder while ones from other directions seem to be quieter. However, you will be completely unaware that this is what is actually happening. After that, you feel the underside of the last segment of each of your toes start to swell slightly as the fur on them falls out to reveal that the skin has turned black in those areas as well as become slightly leathery and squishy. This also happens on your heels in an area shaped like a rounded triangle, making it clear that these black sections are your new paw pads. The bases of the triangles span the entire back edge of your heels and the tips of them are on the center of the front edge of your heels. Simultaneously, the fur on the underside of the last segment of each of your fingers as well as the fur on the palms of your hands falls out to reveal that the skin in those sections has swelled slightly and become just like the skin that makes up the paw pads on your feet. Next, the fur on your head becomes longer as it turns black and starts to grow down the back and sides of your head so that it goes just past your shoulder blades. As this happens, it becomes smooth and silky, making it look more like hair than fur. Then, your entire face stretches forwards to form a long muzzle. As this happens, your entire nose disappears except for your nose holes. They stay just as far to the left and right of the center of your head as they had been, but they are now located just below the edge between the top and the front of your muzzle. Then, the fur on the front of your muzzle falls out in an area that is shaped like a triangle with the left and right points on the top left and top right corners of the front of your muzzle and the other point being located on and horizontally centered on the front of your muzzle, as well as located a bit below your nose holes. As the fur falls out, it reveals that the skin in that area has become a black material that is slightly squishy and leathery. Now, red claws that are made of a hard and durable material start to grow out of the front of your fingers and toes. Their bases are each 1/3 as wide as the finger or toe that they are on and half as tall as that finger or toe. Also, they are horizontally and vertically centered on the finger or toe that they are on. They are half an inch long and gradually curve down and get narrower and thinner so that they each end in a dangerously sharp point that points straight down and that is level with the bottom of the finger or toe that they are on. Despite the fact that your claws are dangerously sharp, you will never attempt to use them for anything, especially combat. After that, feel a round pulling sensation at the base of your spine as a tail starts to grow that is half as long as you are tall. It starts out being 1/3 as wide as your torso is but gradually gets narrower until it ends in a dull point. Next, your pupils go from being shaped like circles to being shaped like diamonds, but their height and width stay the same. Simultaneously, your irises turn a vibrant shade of blue that is so bright that they almost look neon blue. As this happens, your mind changes in several ways. The first mental change is that you will find that you are very loyal to your friends and family, and especially loyal to those that you consider to be your superiors in your family. The second mental change is that you will become somewhat territorial, resulting in you being somewhat hostile towards people going into what you consider to be your territory without your permission. That being said, you will always be able to control your hostility and prevent yourself from becoming hostile if you want to. The third and final mental change is that when there is a full moon you will have a strong desire to howl, as well as when you hear something else howl or see text that represents the sound of a wolf or dog howling. This urge will always be controllable, but it will feel absolutely amazing to howl, and it will feel better the louder you do it and the longer you draw it out. Also, if you don't have anyone to howl with, you will find that your own howling will have the same effect on you that something else howling would. Finally, the effects of this hypnosis file will become inactive if they are a risk to your physical body or your well-being, if they are a risk to your social or professional life, if there is an emergency that they would prevent you from dealing with to the best of your abilities, or if they are a risk to your mental health. Also, any effect of this hypnosis file that was an issue will become active again once it no longer will be one. Additionally, you will never find this hypnosis file or the effects of it even slightly addicting. Now you have been transformed into an Anthro blue wolf. Soon I will say a woo, and when I do you won't be able to resist howling in response, proceeding to get stuck in a howling loop with yourself for a few minutes, but if it would be undesirable for you to howl loudly you will just howl as quietly as you can. This session is almost over, so goodbye, my blue-furred friend. A woo.